Talk about the forecast tonight. We're in this heating spell that really isn't going to quit for a couple of days here, y'all.
Yeah, we even had an air quality alert for us, unrelated to the fires in Canada, by the way, right?
Yeah, so way up high in the atmosphere, we got smoke particulates there. Closer to the ground, it's ground level ozone, but it all ties into the heat. When you have sunshine, heat, and not a lot of wind, that actually allows for that ground level ozone to develop. So probably not a surprise that tomorrow, while it's sunny and we're in the 90s, we do have that risk again. But tonight, where you can see it's kind of cool looking almost though, because you can see the buildings off in the distance there, uptown Charlotte. Our new Valentine cam showing that haze there in the atmosphere. Now, of course, this will look a lot better when that is cleared out, and no worries, I'm sure we'll have some great shots of that over the next few. Officially, until midnight, we do still have that code orange in effect, unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you're heading out and about late, you might notice that, but essentially it's going to cancel out at midnight, and then we'll reissue this again tomorrow, as we are still expected to be under that code orange. Again, sensitive groups are oftentimes children, the elderly, folks who are impacted by respiratory issues such as asthma. So please keep this in mind. It's not necessarily truly unsafe to be outside, let's say, for long periods of time, but just you want to limit that time. If you start to feel a little itching, a little sniffly there, probably a good idea to take a break and head indoors. Overall, though, we're not really dealing with a lot of weather-related significant issues over the next few days. Yes, it's going to be hot tomorrow, but more typical for June standards. Now, as we enter the first weekend of July, a little bit of a different story as the heat and humidity really starts to crank up, at least not dealing with any rain. And I think that was a nice break right after all of the stormy weather and a lot of that flooding that we had last week. It's been nice to have Tuesday, Wednesday, and now tomorrow with rain-free and quiet conditions. But of course, the drier conditions come with a lot of warming trends. So we have 91 tomorrow in the forecast, mid-90s this weekend, but it's really going to be the heat index. So when you combine the heat and humidity, we're noticing really cranking up this weekend. I mean, these are numbers that we truthfully has not seen since last summer. This is really going to be that first bout of the noticeable heat and humidity, and we'll be flirting with heat advisory status by Sunday. I think at this point, though, we'll likely stay just below it. And high pressure overhead is what keeps us calm and clear once again heading into Thursday. Eventually, though, this breaks down as we will be watching a big complex of storms moving into the area by Friday afternoon. So yes, we're clear of it tomorrow again, but not so much as we enter Friday. In fact, as you look at the severe weather risk, we are likely going to see some strong to severe thunderstorms by Friday late in the day. Now, exact timing, intensity, and local impact still a little bit up in the air. Just make sure you're staying weather aware and, of course, staying tuned to the localized forecast. As you know, our team's going to be watching it closely, and of course, we'll have team coverage for you if anything does develop. Now, as we enter the holiday weekend, it is definitely going to be typical July weather. July 1st is Saturday, hard to believe. July 2nd, of course, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and beyond. And every single day will feature an opportunity for showers and storms. I don't think a widespread risk. It's nothing like we saw with that gross weather Memorial Day weekend, but the heat and humidity may catch you off guard, as it really just hasn't been this hot or this humid so far this summer. Now, as we enter this weekend again, 96. The hottest temperature we've had so far this year has been 91. So we're likely going to tie that tomorrow. And look, we'll break that Friday, we'll break it again Saturday, and we'll break it again on Sunday. But as we check out the extended forecast, I don't think those mid to even upper 90s will last forever. Eventually next week, we will have a few days where we're back in the 80s. But still, I don't really see a lot of dry days in the upcoming future. So if you like today, you definitely need to enjoy tomorrow before just that typical pattern does reemerge as we enter a new month.